Howdy, all Black's Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. All right. I think I was headed back to my base, right? Because I am encumbered. I did not make it there. Let's see if I can make it there now. No D&D this week. I don't know what happened. One of the guys didn't even say anything, didn't show up, and then the DM for D&D, he showed up on time, and then the other guy, he didn't show up until like 9:30, or a little after 9:30, and then pretty much as soon as he logged in, the DM was like, "Well, I'm just gonna go now," and so they were all gone by 10, and the other guy never did say anything. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. And I wanted to get everybody together to start the one where we would play when there's not enough people, but we haven't managed to get a night where everybody's together, and I wasn't already running something. So um, I might just have to run it in place of, I don't know, because we're in the middle of a fight. I might wait for this fight to be over. I actually no, I was thinking they were done, but no, they've got one more place after the one they're on in the Starfinder game. So yeah, once they're done with the current fight, I will probably run the start of the homebrew that I'm making. So the next time not everybody shows up, we can actually do something. Okay. Nope, it's not my food. Well, I guess some of it goes in there. Cool. Go here. We got medicine, 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 medicine. We got flashlight down here. Throw mod in here. We've got part of a bicycle? Yeah. I'm never going to want a bicycle. Can we just grind that down into something? We can't. Wow, you can't even grind it down, huh? And then weapons. We've got a few things I wouldn't take from weapons. There we go. All right. Oh, I need food. Did I eat all of my... Yes. You guys wouldn't happen to have some more daters ready to go, would you? No. Okay, well, I guess we'll go with some of these will do it. Okay, that should get my food and my water back up decent enough, I think. And then we can run over and do this quest. I saw was logged in. I did get a chance to watch a movie I was going to talk about. So I watched the new Firestarter movie. It was okay. I get that translating a story to a movie can be difficult because you're pressed for time. There's only so many scenes you can fit into the amount of time you have. Um, but the priority that these people place on scenes that are just the movie was only like an hour and a half long, and you would think if you were doing a movie about a little girl who can create fire with her mind. Oh, I gotta do buried supplies. Oh, I don't know if I've ever done one of these. Is this like a treasure thing? I thought I took a fetch thing. Weird. Um, but yeah, it started out okay. I don't think it was as good as the original Firestarter movie. Uh, it was too like polished, and not in a good way. It was too plastic. I'm gonna go with that for my description. It was too not visceral. Um, too many parts that didn't matter. Uh, Now I'm not sure I've ever read Firestarter because I know it's based off a Stephen King book. Um, but it was weird to take the time to like they had the guy who created the let me move this back out of here. They had the guy who created the drug. Spoilers, I guess, for Firestarter, even though it's a new remake of a really old movie. Oh yeah, it is just like the buried treasure thing. Um, so I gotta get rid of her first. So basically, they sometimes at colleges, like they do a thing where they test drugs on the college students, right? Once they reach the human testing phase, kind of thing. And I mean, I'm sure they give regular drugs to. I say regular drugs. I'm sure they give cures, right, to people who actually have the disease, but the they might test things on people, right? And so that's basically what Firestarter is about. Is the government comes up with this drug that's only known as Lot 6, which is lazy. Uh, it's like unobtainium lazy, right? We're just gonna call it the sixth time we've attempted this. it doesn't it doesn't have a name. It's just the sixth time we've attempted this. That's fine. I mean, it is what it is. Um, and So the story is basically they give it to these college students. It gives the college students psychic powers. Not all of them can handle it. Hey, look, I already found it. Oh, and this one didn't require me to pick any locks. I'm in trouble. Dang it! I am so gonna die. Dang it! I heard him coming, but it was too late. Does this break my thing? I don't know if dying after you get the supplies counts as a fail. Does this count as a fail? No. Sweet. I do, however, have to walk all the way back out there to get my bike, though. So two of them escape, uh, and they have a baby, and the baby comes with powers, and then they try to go into hiding, and then the government finds them, right? And the mother gets killed, the father gets captured, the little girl blows everything up with her fire starter powers, right? I mean, that's fire starter. That's about all there is to it. It's not a deep movie. There's not a lot going on. Um, and so it's been a while since I watched the original one. But this one had too many moving parts. Like they had the doctor who created the or who did the initial round of testing. He was in it at the beginning and then toward the middle, and there was no point. There was no point to have both him or the woman who brought him back into the project. There was no point in having both of them. Either one. I mean, you couldn't have used her. No, you could have used her. I mean, the girl was only 14. 14? I guess I don't know how old the girl was. I don't know why I just decided she was 14. The girl was 9. I, I just watched it. I can't even remember what she looked like. I am so terrible with that stuff. So there was a girl, and so I don't know why there was the doctor and the woman in charge of the organization, the not military, the DSI. Was she DSI? Uh, Department of Scientific Inquiry. She must have been DSI. I don't remember what their little three letter acronym was, but yeah. And because of that, they wasted like 10 minutes of the show. There was there was just no reason to fetch and clear. A restore power. I've never seen one of those. Oh, a tier 2. Oh man, I've moved on to the tier 2s. Scary. All right, but I've got to go get my bike, which is yes to the east. Um, and then they introduced this hunter guy who has powers, and I don't know. Then there's this aspect where they're like, the people with powers see the girl, and then they know that she's important, and basically the hunter guy starts to worship her after he sees her, and I don't know. It was just there wasn't enough room for that story to develop. And then I was just really disappointed by the end of it because uh, they do a thing where she like, oh no, my mini bike's gone. No, it's not. It's just not on the map anymore. Never mind, my mini bike's not gone. Um, I was really disappointed by the end of it because I seem to remember the first movie ending with like lots of explosions and burning down of government soldiers and stuff like that as the girl unleashes her power. This is really the root of it here. So they've got the doctor. They've got the doctor in like a, I don't know if he's in like a retirement home, and so the woman who's now in charge of the program goes to talk to him to get him to come back because they found the girl. And so then he talks about how scared he is of the girl because when she was born, because they were there when she was born, um, because I think that's how the story went in this version was they were still part of the program when the little girl was born, and then they went on the run after the little girl was born. And um, and he's like, when she was born, like the every time she would get mad, like things would catch on fire, right? And um, so they talked about how it would be difficult for the parents to not be afraid of their child because of how dangerous she was, and he's talking about how her powers are just going to increase over time, and how eventually she's going to be like a nuclear weapon, right? And he's afraid that she's already enhanced her powers beyond what they can handle. And so, I'm expecting a fairly massive, crazy end to this. And there's a scene where she accidentally burns a cat. And honestly, it wasn't any different than that at the end. Uh, it was kind of disappointing, honestly. It needed to be more visceral in its punches, and it needed less characters, uh, and it needed to be feel more like they were being hunted. Because honestly, it barely felt like they were hunted the whole movie. I mean, the dude who's hunting them is there like every time they stop, he shows up, kind of a thing. But they only go like two places. Um, so they only go two places, but they do waste like 10 minutes with this woman who's in charge of the project. Man, that's another zombie whose head egg just exploded. I'm just gonna go reset this, I think. Let's do it. Well, then I got a big guy. And I was really looking forward to something good. And, I guess I overhyped myself. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was a terrible movie. It was okay. Uh, is probably better than the Let's Not Talk About Dinosaurs Jurassic World. Because, at least it was about a girl who, you know, started fires with her mind. Unlike Jurassic World, it was all about locusts. I'm not saying there weren't dinosaurs in there, but they were just in there in a very silly way, and for the most part. And they didn't try to do anything new with them. Anyways, I already talked about that show, so I need some more zombies. Oh no. I didn't want to fall down in this hole that I knew was here. Oh, great. There we go. Stop hitting me. I mean, I figured I'd have to come down in here, right? I gotta kill all the zombies. Man, I put a couple of points into my strength, and I am just crazy punching these guys dead now. I like it. Nope. It says it's on this floor, but it's here. Okay, I still need to clear. All right, I went there. I don't see a stair. Oh, there's a stairway up. I was gonna say I don't see a stairway up. This is a bunch of people. Crap. I don't know if I should just stick with the gun. Since I'm so injured. Okay, this says got one guy up above me. Is there a... I don't know if there's a spot to get up there. Man, we had a storm come through last night, knocked out the power. I probably gonna end up going to bed pretty early tonight. I woke up about 4 o'clock this morning. I went to bed about 1:30, so I woke up about 4 o'clock this morning, and then I went to the bathroom and I saw that uh, sky was just like constantly lit up with lightning, but it didn't seem really windy or anything. And then by the time I walked back down to my bedroom, uh, the where am I supposed to go? I don't know how to get up there, man. I don't see a path. There's no path. I'll make a path. So then as I got back down to my bed, I heard the rain just pouring. We didn't actually get a lot of rain. It just rained a lot really fast. No, it didn't. It didn't even rain a lot. It just rained a lot for like a few seconds, and then the fan in my room goes out, and I'm like, oh man. And so by the time I untangled um, the extension cords and got them drug out and about to plug into our generator, and went up. Oh, there's a thing here. I see. I thought there were more guys. Hey, I lived. I don't want your sledgehammer. Oh, I don't really want those either. Oh, that's vitamins. So, that meant I got like no sleep, and then um, I wanted to make sure they got gas for the generator, and so it took them so long for me to talk to them and be like, "Hey, make sure you get uh, gas before you head off." Uh, it was already 7 because we didn't get the. Oh, I see. It was in the closet. Oh, we didn't get the generator and stuff all done until about 6. Great. Now I'm lost. Don't know how to get out of here. There we go. And so then they all left, and I got things that I hook back into the generator. I hook back in. Usually, what I do is I the internet, a cord to charge devices with, the freezer, the refrigerator, um, and the sump pump. Although probably could get away with this with not plugging in the sump pump right now. Um, I mean, it still needs to run, but we're not at the point where there's a lot of water coming in to the sump. It did run twice, but twice is not enough to even be worried about. Um, it's not in the basement; it's under the basement, and so if it floods too far up, then the basement will flood. But it's probably about 7 or 8 crocs full of water before that happens. Oh shoot! I didn't want to try and buy something off of you. Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have anything that I want. So now he's just gonna yell at me. He's gonna yell at me. Yeah. I wanted to get ooh, it's a special job. Tier 2 opening trade routes. Cool. That's a new kind of quest. I don't think I want to do a nighttime power thing until I'm a little closer to being ready for fighting with my guns. Although I did pretty good there. Although I wasted more ammo than I would have liked, but it does appear that the headshots are working, so that's cool. But yeah, so got all that stuff hooked up, and then I hooked up one of the TVs so we could watch TV. And it was just me and my nephew, and so I'm like, "All right, man, you want to come downstairs where I'm at, and it's a little cooler, and we'll marathon something while we wait for the power to come back on." And so he comes down, and I asked him if he'd seen Pacific Rim Into the Black, and he said no. I'm like, "Oh, cool. So we can watch that." And so I started that up. We watched one episode, so we got to about 8:15, and the power came back on. And I started the next episode, and he's like, I'm going back upstairs now. I was like, okay. I mean, you don't want to watch more? Oh, that's not where my house is at. That's where that bedroll was at. I'm like, you don't want to watch more of this show? He's like, man, maybe later. I'm like, oh, okay, so that means never because he does not watch stuff with me usually. And so, yeah, it did not stay out for long. Probably wasn't worth the effort to get the extension cords all hooked up or anything. My brother also lost power. He lives a good distance away from me, and basically the storm knocked out the power from. I live south of where he's at, and so it knocked out the power well north of where he's at, in an upside down L shape that went straight out from where he's at and north and south of him over to north of me, and then turned and went south, basically through where I live to the next one of the next little towns south of me here. Um, just wiped out all the power. It was just gone. And so he texted me just before I started recording this. It's like almost 6. They just got their power back. So, yep, I lucked out getting my power back on early. What I figure probably happened was the whatever knocked out the power where they're at um, was major, and what knocked out the power where I'm at was the um, sudden loss of power, and so probably just basically blew breakers down through everything because they got it back up pretty quickly. You know, I do need some antibiotics here. Can I use this? No. No, that does not work on my sprain. Well, I think this is where I'm going to call it for today. Should just have enough time maybe next time to make it over to Trader Bob's. Maybe. But with that, be better than small things, lean in the light. I will talk to you later.